Hello, hello. Hey, Natasha. How are you? Good to see you, Natasha. Hey, everybody, we're 2 minutes away, and Natasha is here. Find your seat and get some coffee and grab a Danish and say hello to Ken.
Thanks.
Hey, have a seat, guys. We're getting started. You're not in trouble. You're not in trouble. No one's in trouble. Natasha, am I in your way? We are 45 seconds away from starting. Find your chair, find your coffee, and find a Danish or a muffin. One to the next. Once Marcia sits down, we are going to begin. Marcia, you can sit down. We're going to start. Once you sit down. Here we go.
Good morning. Yes, very nice to meet you. I will look forward to talking with you after this. Yes.
Sat down. Welcome, everybody. We can get started now. Find your seat. I'd like to introduce you to our hostess.
Co-host.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Betsy Sorg.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Banks. Happy Wednesday, everyone. There's still a little line at the coffee, which is appropriate for 1 million cups. That's okay. If you guys haven't checked in yet, if you will scan this QR code, there are also some of them on your table, just letting Kauffman Foundation know that we're here.
Betsy, hey, quiet for you. Don't be quiet for me. What?
I was a teacher for a little bit, so I'm intimidating, right?
Don't do it. Don't say it yet.
Okay. Hold. Jermaine, did you check in? I don't call everybody out that walks in the front.
This helps us give credibility and mugs and free trips around the world.
Definitely. In your mind, those trips around your world, around your world in your mind. So yeah, that really does just let Kauffman know that we're here. And there is, I think if you check in a few times, you do get kind of a certificate for a journal. So if you guys do get that, be sure and let me know, because I just ordered some, so we will have them in. So.
And I get confetti when I do mine.
See?
Does
Confetti.
anybody else get confetti? When you do?
See there?
You guys have not done it yet, because everybody gets confetti. All right.
You accomplished something today. If you forgot to make your bed, that's okay. You got confetti. This is your organizing team. Where are our organizers this morning? Raise hands. There we go.
Jackie, Harry, we have a new one too.
We do have a new one.
Where are you? Do you want to say hello to her?
She is right here. We've snuck her in. Are we ready to announce? We are going to introduce our newest organizer to the team. If I can have Miss Monica come up and introduce herself. Or, well, she can't stand up. Come on, there you go. She's stuck in there. Monica has joined our organizing team. She is going to be one of our organizers here for the Clermont 1MC community, and she is going to help us find new presenters, keep this running smoothly. Why did you decide to join our organizing team, Monica, if I can put you on the spot this morning?
No, that's okay. I've been coming here pretty
pretty much since you guys started, I think I've only missed about 2 meetings. And I just absolutely love the community. I love that it's connecting and not pitching, that it's really making genuine conversations to get to know other people at a deeper level. And I just absolutely love it. So I believe in the cause. I believe in, what you guys do, and I want to be part of it.
Welcome, Monica. We are grateful to have you. Monica has been here since the beginning. She's been a presenter, and she's now officially joining our organizing team. So, welcome, Monica.
She brings a wealth of knowledge and experience. She worked for Walmart for under 10,000 people were underneath you. Yeah.
I feel like you always grow the number.
I did grow the number, 400, but yeah.
Half of that.
Storytelling. We tell stories here. That's what we do. It's part of it. So, yes, so happy to have Monica on our team. And of course, if you have any questions about 1 Million Cups, please find any of our organizers and ask questions. We love to talk about this initiative and the entrepreneurship that goes along with it.
Just raise your hand if you are one of the organizers. Just to make sure everyone look around. Look around. These are the people you can come to and get knowledge, information about 1 Million Cups.
Indeed. The View. Every Wednesday morning, The View opens up early for us. The driving range opens at 7 a.m., but they open up here a little bit earlier for us to come have coffee and scones, muffins, and whatnot, and enjoy the view. Yeah. And they keep going until late at night, too. I know, Banks, you've been to some dancing parties here?
Ken has, but not me.
Yeah, always a good time at The View. Yeah. So definitely come back after Wednesday.
Our sponsors, of course, The View, coffee and food, back there. Ken, you can sponsor the food and the coffee if you'd like. You get $75 a week. Basically, you pay to the View, and then they supply it. With the food. Also, the media, Mighty Manatee in the back there, he is doing all the media for us. Everything you see, the print is also done. Ooh, this is double dipping, isn't it, Ken? Go ahead, you got 1 minute. Tell us about you.
Well, I'm actually going to flip the table on everybody today. I'm going to take back to 1988. How many of you have been in business more than 60 days? Okay, how many of you know what your average invoice or commission is? Some of you. Oh, okay. How many of you would spend $1 to get in front of a potential client? How many would spend $2? $5? All right, cool. The reason why I ask that is I've been sponsoring breakfast for 4 weeks. It's $75. It's $75 to speak to 60 people in the room about my business and what I do. How do you not sponsor a breakfast? I told Betsy today, nobody sponsors breakfast. I'll continue to sponsor them because it gives me that minute. Today's minute was for you, not for me.
Yeah, and as a sponsor, we give you a minute to talk about your business. The only other time we give you time to talk about your business is when?
When you present, absolutely. Yep. Which can also happen.
And that makes us more about connecting than about networking.
Indeed, yes. And of course, thank you to Glenn, our IT department in the back, for all of the equipment and technology that allows us to stream across many, many platforms out there. Our partners, we have, of course, in the entrepreneurship ecosystem, anything that you might have questions about related to small business, starting a business, growing a business, pivoting a business, these are your resources right here. Our Lake Economic Area Development Partnership, they are all things workforce and throughout the county. The SBDC, we have our representatives here from the SBDC. If you ever have any questions about your business plan, again, pivoting your business, market research, what do I need to know before I start a business? All those questions that might seem basic and you don't know where to go to, SBDC is your resource, as well as the Business Incubation Program at UCF. We're fortunate here in Central Florida to be surrounded by a lot of major universities, and we have a great partnership with UCF in their Business Incubation Program.
And the Chamber. Yes, the chamber, David's not here? All right.
David is doing chamber stuff, I know, this morning at Boys and Girls Club. He's one of our organizers, and he is also very community focused, obviously being the president of the chamber, but it is wonderful having David from the chamber as one of our organizers. It really helps with that kind of synchronicity of the ecosystem.
You are a teacher.
Yes. Vocabulary Day.
So our mission is to have entrepreneurs helping entrepreneurs. I'm not going to say all that.
This is your favorite
I
slide.
hate that slide. We are entrepreneurs, and we are here to help other entrepreneurs because we know that if we get better, everybody gets better, and that's what we're here for.
Absolutely. Just removing the barriers that might keep you from feeling like you're going to be successful. We're just going to give you all the resources that we can get here in Lake County for small businesses. So as Monica brought up, one of our most important focuses here at 1 Million Cups, and this is nationwide throughout the whole initiative, is presentations, not pitches. We want to have that vulnerability, have that true, I'm here for help, something's keeping me up, and I want your advice on how to maybe get out of that situation. Connections, not networking. I think we just kind of do a great job of that here in Clermont by nature. I think that this group is that kind of a like-minded group where we're here for that authentic kind of connection that we can have coffee and lunch and drinks later after this, depending on the type of meeting you want to have.
And we are a community run by the community, by the community. Wait a minute, do we get paid?
No.
We do not get paid. We do this voluntarily. The whole organizing committee does this because we want to help the community and give back to the community.
We get fulfilled.
And we're radically and totally inclusive, man.
Totally.
I hate
Speaking
that.
of 1988, that's well done. Who is here for the very first time this morning?
Oh, wonderful. Welcome. We want to know your name, we want to know your business, and then we want to know 3 words about what you do as a business. And you can start right here, Harry. And raise your hand, those that are new for the first time, so we know.
Hi, my name is Rose Lindo. I'm with Lindo's Catering and Events. I cater all events, birthday parties, corporate events, and name it as you do.
Welcome, Rosalind. Right. Yep.
Hi, Rose forgot to also mention we're from Eustis.
Woo!
And I'm Tasha Kleinbach, and my business is Wellness Wisdom Nutrition and Lifestyle. And I do everything from nutrition classes, cooking schools, and cooking experiences where I teach you how to heal through food.
Good morning. So we are TNT Global Travel, so that's the test of the top, the TNT, and we are here to help you travel around the globe and experience this amazing test.
Welcome.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Hope you're having a wonderful morning. Loaders, my name is Adam Sanchez. I do AI mental health support. I am keeping our youth safe.
I did some publishing magazine like Amy's Publishing. It's for Horizon West Bridgewater, and it's a great job.
Thank you so much. Brian, I just met you this morning.
I'm making all the stops today. So my name is Brian Silva. My company is called GymRx. I'm a physician associate, and we do also lifestyle treatment, but we also do hormones and we do peptides, and I also create custom workout programs for you and your lifestyle and for whatever health goals you have so that you can stay
You know her?
young and fit throughout the rest of your life.
Oh, one more.
Up here too.
So I am Gio from the Science Factor. 3 words, I do improve learning experience in EdTech. So I develop applications for EdTech.
Thank you.
Good morning, buenos dias. My name is Michelle Hilton, nurse practitioner with Footsteps to Wellness, and I help people optimize their health and offer personalized medicine.
So we have a message for all the new timers, right? We want you to come up here and present
And be a
something.
present, yes, absolutely,
We
yes.
have coaches down left, Harry and Lee and the new Monica.
Yes, attending 1 Million Cups for the first time automatically puts you in the running to be a presenter. So there's some good news for you. So as you continue to come to 1 Million Cups and you learn our community and you're ready to present, again, find these organizers and we would love to have you. Speaking of that, very nice segue, Banks.
Yes, it is. Yes. What do we do? What's this all about?
We turn this over to Harry State, our speaker coach extraordinaire, to explain what we're looking for.
Who here likes to talk about themselves?
Don't lie.
I've been around people for a long time. I hear the number one topic we like to talk about is
Banks.
ourselves.
Oh.
So who likes to talk about themselves?
It's okay. Remember, you're allowed to be vulnerable here. That's okay. Be honest.
All right, so there's an opportunity to talk about yourself, your business, and a challenge or two that you're having with your business so that we can help you. There's a lot of experience in the room. Take advantage of that. So if your business is less than 5 years old, or if you're pivoting, trying something a little bit different, you want some advice on it, this is a great group to do that in front of, and we're happy to have you. So right now we've got speakers lined up pretty much through October, but November, December are open, and if you want to if we can double up with some speakers and put 2 in a week, which moves things along nicely as well, we'd love to have you. So all I have to do is go to 1 Million Cups. Some people have struggled with that, so just talk to one of us and say, I want to speak. We can send you an email from the site. But it's really easy. 1 Million Cups Clermont and ask, offer to present, and then we'll help you out as much or as little as you can.
Thank you, Harry.
Yes.
He just knows how to say that so much better than us.
That's why he's our presenter coach.
Yeah.
So icebreakers, this is a question for all of you to start thinking this morning. What's something you've changed your mind about since starting your business?
And this is where we want you all to tell us what you think.
Yes.
So I was with someone who has been trying to start a business for 10 years. And he just realized that big pushy sales, just lining yourself everywhere, makes people think that you're desperate. And it's better to just kind of organically let it happen. And I really like that advice.
Since I got to already present, I changed my mind. When I started traveling to see, I was doing a shotgun, trying to be everything for everyone. And through my presentation, I learned to focus on specific groups, specific targets, instead of a shotgun approach.
Excellent.
What about you, Betsy?
Oh, that's mindsets evolve strategy. It is a tough one. Linka?
I help people start businesses, and it never fails when I get stories afterwards to hear how important it is to know the people in your circle. When you start to believe and share and work hard, then you really have to know who is that trusted network that you have right there with you, hustling day in and day out. So I've changed my mind, even though I still believe that everyone wants you to succeed. I want to believe that. I'm thinking maybe it's not everyone. So I tell my clients and myself, make sure you vet before you let everyone into your trusted circle.
Yeah, so I've learned a lot, and it's a lot harder than I thought it was to do it. I was a rock driver, and I talked to hundreds of people before I started my business, and one of those people have actually booked something with me. So I learned it's a lot harder, and I need to be a lot more thick-skinned than I have been in the past. Even my mother rejected my efforts to learn everything. So I can't even remember.
Marcia with Kauffman Foundation, Leadership Training Development. It's okay to pivot. That's one thing I've learned to do in my business. One thing I realized when I started 6 years ago, leadership training and development is what I wanted to do. But at first, in order to get myself out there, I did different kind of training in corporations. And that's what got me known by people. So it's okay to pivot.
Thank you, Marcia.
Nathan, so it took me a long time to learn this one. Initially, I thought that I needed to be affordable so that I could help people in their situation. I figured out that I need to be able to afford to help people for making enough money to help them accurately rather than over capacity myself. I'm tired of working 70 hours a month.
Anybody else?
I think the hardest part is to let go of your old identity and adopt a new identity. As you're raising a new business, you always think, oh, I was somebody else. Who am I to actually talk to people about this new things, right? But unless you believe in yourself that you are in there for a purpose, for your biggest why, then you build that confidence and start calling yourself whatever you are doing. And I think that's the most important. Adapt that identity of who you are and who you want to help.
I always have the Cindy Lauper approach, and that is to show your true colors.
Your true colors.
That's my favorite karaoke song.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Shall we do it now? No.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, I think all of that feedback really was kind of nudging at their mindset is on here, but I think that's what 1 Million Cuts really is a mindset. And kind of in our opening statements, we talk about how we want those authentic connections here. And I think that is a mindset. And I thank all of you in this community for adhering to that and helping that evolve here. We're still a very new community, and the kind of mindset that we've been able to evolve into just in this short amount of time, where there is that authentic connection and that little bit of vulnerability that allows for this type of thing to take place. So thank you all for getting it and perpetuating it here in Clermont. So,
hey, we do have a presenter, right?
Yeah, let's stop talking, Banks. Housekeeping, all of these things, be cordial, be on your best behavior, really get that feedback geared up and ready for our presenter after their 6 minutes up here.
And we're on live streaming on YouTube and hopefully in links? No? LinkedIn? No?
LinkedIn, if you do have a LinkedIn page and you are not following Clermont 1 Million Cuts, if you would please do that, it'll help us get to another live streaming platform at some point. So these are those guiding principles. Just remain curious. I think that's one of my favorite quotes. Remain curious, and when something that a presenter says cues your business mind, don't be afraid to share that. You know, we're sharing do's as much as we're sharing don't do's. You might keep someone out of their own way with your feedback. So think that way as well. Absolutely. It's a good life principle. Let's please welcome our presenter for the day, Miss Amy Gaskin with Clermont Neighbors Magazine.
Hi, my name is Amy Gaskin, and I publish a magazine called Clermont Neighbors. It's one of 1,400 magazines nationwide that my company publishes. Dave Morris is here. He's starting the one in Horizon West. Next, some of you from Eustis know Todd Headley. He does like Eustis Neighbors. So my company is called Best Version Media, and I am looking to connect with business owners and people in Clermont. So our magazine is more social media and print. So we highlight people. The neighborhoods I actually serve are over 55 neighborhoods here in Clermont. Typically, the publications go to all age neighborhoods, affluent neighborhoods nationwide. This one happens to be just over 55. It goes to Kings Ridge, Heritage Hills, and Summit Greens. There is a fourth I want to add, which is just right up the road from here on the left. I'm going to do that as well. I'm looking for people that are looking to make some tax-deductible donations. I mean tax-deductible marketing stuff on their taxes, etc. I'm looking for people to give back to their community, etc. I'm looking for people that are concerned about getting their businesses out there and marketing it, but they're afraid of the cost. We can do things for as little as 10 cents a home up to about 65 cents a home, which is less than the cost of a stamp. I'm looking for community-minded people. I'm a connector. I'm also known as aging maven aficionado, and I have my Ask Amy About Aging podcast. I like to surround myself with people that know more than I do, and I like to learn from them. So I am looking for experts in the area in finance, food, sports, medical, contracting, etc., to give advice to the neighbors. I've done everything from sales to teaching to barter. I've done yellow pages, I've done radio ads, I've done it all, but I've never seen anything like Clermont Neighbors. I've never seen anything like what Best Version Media does. I like to play Dungeons and Dragons. I have a family of 3 adopted children, and I have 4 grandchildren, 4 bonus grands, and I have exchange students all over the world, very community and faith-filled. I got into the senior industry in 2010 and never looked back. Not bad for somebody who went to college to be a teacher. So this is my family. So I got my grandkids, my kids. Oma is German for grandma. And so that's who I am. And Clermont Neighbors does 3 things. We are, as I said, social media and print. We have always feature a local family on the cover, and we can learn about them. And we also have articles that are geared towards Clermont, geared towards the giving advice to the neighbors. So we have expert contributors. So if you are my finance expert, 4 times a year you get to write a finance article. If you're my travel expert, 4 times a year you get to write a travel expert. We also manage your online presence, which I don't know if you know about this. There's a difference between online presence and SEO marketing, and SEO optimization, SEO market. Both are very much needed, and they complement one another. But how you appear online and up to 50 search engines is important, and you got to match. You got to have photos, you got to have reviews, etc. So we do that. We also do micro-targeted display ads on the internet, Facebook, Instagram, Google, and other search engines as well. So we take marketing and micro-target it so we can make it affordable for local businesses. Clermont Neighbors goes, as I said, to Kings Ridge, Heritage Hills, and Summit Greens. Eventually I'll be doing a Clermont Lakes Neighbors, which are going to go to the more affluent neighbors. It will be in all age neighborhoods. And we'll eventually have the local sports teams for the college and high school teams, and all the kids that are going off to college doing great things, and highlighting them as well. And then my coworker Dave is doing Bridgewater Village, which is going to be going to Summer Lake, Overlook, New Independence, and Orchard Hills. And so those are the more affluent neighborhoods in Horizon West versus Winter Garden. As I mentioned, Todd does Lake Eustis. I can help get you into any magazine in the country, so wherever you want to target locally. With BVM, you are become inside of a community. So right now you become inside the Kings Ridge, Heritage Hills, and Summit Greens when you're part of Clermont Neighbors. Otherwise, you're on the outside. We make you part of the community. We like to bring people together. So that the business owners can become part of that community. We're all about local branding. BVM got a hold of a study that we did not do. These are the most preferred advertising medias. 1% of the people in the world thinks that billboards is the best advertising they've ever done. 50% of the people polled said BVM was the best advertising they've ever done and the most bang for the dollar. 30% find community magazines. We are a community magazine. So that means 80% of the people in the world, small businesses that advertise community magazines are the way to go. And 15% is social media. This is an older study. They recently redid it. Social media has gone up to 18%. But the community magazines has not gone down. Other forms of advertising, which are very expensive, and they're more like one-hit wonders, radio, direct mail, flyers, coupons. But we go to, instead of advertising everywhere, we micro-target to make it affordable. So I'm looking to grow Clermont so I can do all the things I want to do for Clermont, which is give back to the community. I am all about giving activities for seniors and events. I want to do my Clermont Neighborhood Olympics. I want to have the business owners be able to contribute. So I'll be doing poetry contests for the seniors. It's going to be neighborhood versus neighborhood. Kings Ridge, Heritage Hill, Summit Greens. Can't do any of that until I sell a few more ads for the magazine and get a few more sponsors, a few more people to give back to these communities for their private monthly magazine that gets mailed out to the 3,400 homes, costing people anywhere between 10 to 64 cents a home. I'm looking for professionals that are going to want to give advice to these seniors, et cetera, as well. Contractors, home health, senior living communities, spas, golf, whatever. I do want to have a, even though that traditionally the sports section in the magazine is usually the youth sports in the area, seniors, like, they have clubs. And they have, cribbage tournaments. They have golf. I want to highlight the guy that got the hole-in-one at the local course this week. So I've tried reaching out to businesses, and I'm having trouble getting them to understand that marketing is important, and they're afraid it costs too much. So right now, until I sell the 3 more ads, I can't afford to join any of the chambers or some other places that cost money. But I'm looking for help. Prior to 2018, I was used to making over $100,000 a year, and everything I did was magical, and I could talk to anyone. And then I got into a car accident, and life has been going downhill. Last week, I was in the hospital for 5 days. I just have to figure out what's going on. So I believe in this magazine, and I do want to start other magazines, but I got to flip this one first, which means 3 more ads. This is something I didn't start. It's something I took over. They asked me to take it over because I was in the senior living industry, so I'm asking for your help.
Amy, asking everyone. So, Amy, you need 3 ads. Let me be specific. Can we go into how much these ads cost?
Yeah, it's anywhere between 10 to 64 cents a home. So if a small ad with the discounts I could give people from the 1 million cup, you're looking at anywhere between $250 a month and up. I'll get a full page ad depending on how many bells and whistles. The most common ad is a expert contributor, which means you get 4 articles a year in addition to your ad. So you have an ad every month, and you're listed on the expert page, and only 1 expert per category. So if you are my roofing expert, there's only 1 roofer that can be the expert and write the 4 articles. If you want to write more than 4 articles and there happens to be room, my content editor will make that happen if there's room in the magazine, but that's kind of where it goes.
So what is the commitment? How many months do you have to do?
So this is all about branding. So it's 12, 24, and 36 months. 12 months tends to get no discount. 24 months gets 10% off, and 20% off for 36 months. To be an expert, it is 36 months, and that's the most bang for your dollar.
Okay. Now we're going to turn it out to you all. We are looking for your comments, your suggestions, your help with Amy's business. So raise your hand and keep it concise. And if you have a question, get the question out, and you can either answer or we can move on. So anybody out there?
I pulled the map up here through her presentation, just so those of you that kind of live maybe in or around these areas can think about what businesses are around here. Or basically your ask is you're 55 plus, so you need to find organizations and locations that are relevant to that 55 plus, things that will attract them or interest them.
Right, but it can be contractors, things that make their home. I really want somebody that will go in there and, teach them about, fixing their home up so that it's safe so they don't fall, but, even, lawn service, roofers, windows, anything, restaurants, caterers. There are top 10 categories. Seniors are nice because they refer you to everyone. So if you're in the magazine and you are giving advice to them and a friend of theirs wants someone, they will give you a referral. All right, so that's why I like the over 55.
Hi, my name is Zane. So yeah, just a quick question. For what you've tried so far, I just want to get your problem across to everybody real clear. What is the main problem you're having with, I guess, the approach that you're taking?
Well, I'm trying to follow the BBM way, and I seem to have more luck outside of Clermont. People in Clermont says everybody knows who they are. They don't want to advertise. Marketing is too expensive. Advertising is too expensive. So even if I can convince them for an appointment, I do confirm the appointment, they don't show up to the appointment. So that's one of my biggest obstacles. And the thing is, I love Clermont. When I first moved to Florida from New Hampshire, we settled in East Orlando, and I went to be halfway between Disney, because I'm a Disney freak, amusement park freak, and the beach. And we were in East Orlando, but I started doing my tours of the communities. I came down Hook Street and noticed the hills in Clermont and the lakes, and I had to pull over because I got so emotionally attached to Clermont. It took me 2 years to move here, and then I knew that I wanted to do something and give back to Clermont because it makes me feel like home.
Have you tried collaborating with like only Clermont or any other local connections out here that are really community driven?
I don't know what that organization is, but I'd love to learn about them.
Only in Clermont. She's a podcaster, or she's
social
media.
She's
Online, and she highlights a certain place, like here at the.
Is she on Facebook? Because I might have reached out to her on Facebook.
Amy Alenka here. To really understand how I can help you personally, there's a few magazines around here, right, that kind of maybe have a similar mission. How do you differentiate yourself and your product from those that are also on the market? If you can maybe be a little bit clearer for me about a unique proposition, I might be able to better understand how I can support you.
We keep our magazines to affluent homeowners, and it gets mailed out. It's a private monthly magazine that you sponsor that neighborhood, and you give back to that community, and it gets mailed out. So you micro-target. So instead of advertising to all of 34711, you advertise to just the people in those neighborhoods. And once you're in, the price doesn't change, which means, we have an expert alpaca farm out in St. Augustine that's been with us for 13 years, and they're paying that price from 13 years ago. Their price never changes. But so it's more social media and print, and then we enhance that through the digital advertising and the online presence to expand that. So you can either have one zip code where you focus on, which is very important to have all your impressions on your digital advertising be in one place, so you're not driving all around, especially if you're a small business, wasting time behind the wheel and gas. And then, of course, your online presence. And that is so affordable and so important to businesses, and it can change the way they do business.
So has your role play in Dungeons and Dragons helped you in finding clients?
Sometimes.
Sometimes,
Yeah, because you can step outside of your comfort zone to meet people. My kids growing up, I've done business in a hot tub before on vacation. I can talk to anyone, anywhere. I'm out there.
I wonder, it's not necessarily have you consult? This is almost exactly what SBDC does. And I'll talk about Fast Track after this, spoiler alert, but last night was a presentation from SBDC, and there was a lot about market research and how you target you have a lot of really good data, and you have a lot of good approaches to when you get to that data. It's just a matter of getting in front of those numbers, right? Getting those people. So kind of looking at, you have the targets, but I would definitely encourage you to use SBDC as a resource, because this situation where you are right now is almost exactly what they're there for. And it's of no cost to anyone that wants to go. And kind of just get that plan. There's a lot of talk, and we often talk about this at 1 Million Cups. We're all motivated entrepreneurs with big stars in our eyes. We want to be everything to all people. On the flip side of that token, we often hear people, oh, I tried that, this morning's icebreaker, I tried that, it's not the way to approach it. So what SBDC can do, you have a lot to offer to a very specific group. And while you have data and you have marketing, that is classic what they can do to, all right, I have this, now how do I streamline it all?
Right.
So I would definitely encourage you to use that as a resource. And they have even more data about where you can drill down into the 55 plus neighborhoods and get those. What we found out some interesting information last night that, I mean, what people are spending on travel. I mean, it might be how many times a day people are brushing their teeth. I'm telling you, it is that kind of data. So there are resources out there, and I think if you find that, like Lenka said, what's your differentiator, and then you use these resources that are available in the community, in addition to 1 Million Cups, I really think you could get a targeted, focused plan on who are you lining up within your industry as your market.
And that's my goal. And my goal is also to make sure we become a community. Ocala was one of the company started with magazines in Florida and Wisconsin, and Ocala was where it was. And so there was 6 magazines, and now we're over 1,400. There's 140 choices here in Florida. And Ocala has like 9 magazines, and most of the advertisers are in all 9 because it's that impactful, and it's making their business money. So it's brought the communities together. People learn more about one another, and so I want to make sure that Clermont can come closer together, because Clermont's growing. And we are a word-of-mouth community, and there are people that have been here since the dawn of time, but there's a lot of new people coming in. And in the senior community, the same thing. They're moving in and out because they're going to senior living. They're going to back home back up north to be closer to their kids because things happen. So this is a great market for businesses to get into. And a lot of them are small business owners themselves.
Yeah, so another publication you want to be aware of is Stroll.
Yep, know all about them.
So something to differentiate yourself, kind of like what Link was saying, is maybe really kind of anchor to something. So if you're going to be anchoring to that 55 plus target, other ways to maybe get yourself more visibility is look at trying to host something. You could use the magazine to host, your own event, to bring people out and, get familiarized with each other in the community, whether it's businesses or community activities, so on and so forth. That'll really drive more of the community aspect. And that will actually drive advertisers to want to come to you and say, hey, this is kind of cool, versus you just constantly having to be out there and sell. It's a challenge, because there's so many publications that people have to choose from. So.
Yeah, that's my goal. So through my Ask Amy About Aging platform, I like to do events, and I've done events for up to 200 seniors here in Central Florida. I've also had a magazine that went out to 5,000 seniors in 5 counties. It was mailed out, but you also could pick it up in stuff areas as well. And I did one in South Florida. This one's slightly different. It is mailed out, but I do want to do the Clermont Neighborhood Olympics, where I'll be doing 12 events a month. And all the sponsors of the magazine get to have a table at the event. It doesn't cost them anything extra. But again, until I sell those 3 extra ads and flip the magazine to make it wholly mine and take it over officially, I can't do any of that.
Just a question on 55 versus 65 seniors versus when do we use that term, right? I mean, I'm just clarification for.
Well,
65 is considered senior?
So to be in an over 55 community like Kingsridge, Heritage Hills, and Summit Greens, one person in the house has to be that age.
But senior, the term, is that 65 and up?
In my opinion, it's 65 and up, but you can get senior discounts at 55.
Okay.
So, Amy, here's an offer for you. My name is Lee Tran, and I do have a podcast. It's called From Surviving to Driving. It is podcast on every Monday live on Facebook. So I would love to, this coming Monday, actually, I have an open spot.
Okay.
So and the theme for this month is purpose and passion. So you definitely can bring in and use that clip to promote or to talk about what you're doing and share with the community.
Sounds great.
Connections. Beautiful.
Actually, Amy and I met on Tuesday to discuss advertising in her magazine. And the issue that I have in business, I'm good friends with Ryan at Stroll, I know Sarah with The Local, and the issue with all three of those publications that I see is they're all run like yellow pages. So you're locked in for a year, you're locked in for 2 years or 3 years, where today's advertising in publications should work like a gym membership. If you don't want to advertise, there's a 30-day cancellation for an ad and you're done. That's the issue, because the discount is great, but to lock in for 36 months to get a discount, that's a big ask for somebody that may have never advertised before. It's a big ask for 12 months, so that's my thoughts on that.
Well, this is all about branding, and so branding is a long-term thing. It's not a one-and-done thing, and it's to affluent advertisers. It's to affluent clients, and so this is the formula. We used to do 3, 6, and 9-month contracts, and then what ends up happening is at 9 months you start getting all the traction and it starts working, but people get nervous and they pull it out, and then in the 10th month they're not in the magazine, and the neighbors are calling them. BVM made a big mistake. They pulled your ad out. What are you going to do? And so then they have to call to get back in, and then they might lose their pricing. And so we then moved on to 12, 24, and 36, and that is what works best. 96% of the people that do a 36-month campaign never leave.
96%, that's pretty good. Print media does it work?
Yes.
You have the numbers behind it.
So social media and print is a little bit different. So print was dying. So in 2007, when we started BVM, that's when print was dying. Nobody wanted to do print anymore. Everything was all social media and digital. So we took what was working with print and combined it with what was working in social media and married them together. So we're known as the social media or the Facebook of print advertising. So it's all about, the magazine is all about the seniors in Kings Ridge, Heritage Hills, and Summit Greens. It's all about the neighbors. It's about the neighbors giving advice. It's the businesses in the community giving advice. It's about learning more about the community. It's about bringing the community together. It's about, knowing what's going on. I want to get the seniors out of their house. So a lot of the business owners keep telling me they can't get the seniors to come out. They just kind of stay in their community and do nothing. And that's not healthy for the seniors. And so I want to make sure that we have events.
Definitely. But we've got Amy's contact information up here and some of her ideas and asks. So as you're still thinking and driving around in these areas that she's mentioned, and we're just going to go with 55 plus. We'll keep the seniors word out of it. Anything, activities that come to mind, her contact information is here. So that feedback doesn't have to just be today. If there's something that you're at and it strikes a chord, make sure you reach out to Amy.
Right. And she's looking for 4 ads. Granted, they are at least a year.
Yep.
And she's looking for 15 to 30 minutes to talk to people like she did with Ken. So, and there are a lot of businesses here that work within the 55 plus community. So.
Right, but we also have, Horizon West. I can also do Eustis. There's 140 magazines here in Florida, most of which are all age magazines. So it all depends on where you want to target, but it's all about micro-targeting to keep your costs down and get you the most bang for your dollar. So if you're doing a whole bunch of business in one area, you're not spending as much gas to get there.
Excellent.
Wonderful.
So there's her contact information, website. Do we have one last question?
Sarah, you're ready.
Yeah.
Hi there, Sarah Nicole with The Local. First of all, I just want to say I feel your pain, 100%. What I would suggest to you, especially in the Horizon West area, would be to collaborate. The more people, the bigger your network is out there, especially the people that are doing the events and things like that. Believe it or not, they are very open to collaborating, because then it's not only your brand, it's their brand, etc. So if you need any contact information for that, I'd be happy to help you.
Great.
Thank you so much. Amy Gaskin, everyone.
Thank you, Amy.
And Amy, don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Yes. We have a question to ask you.
This is our final 1 million cups question that we always like to ask, because everyone in the room knows what can we as a community do to help you?
Send me some people that are interested in giving back to Clermont.
Excellent. Excellent.
Right.
We can all source some of those. Thank you, Amy.
So much, Amy. Thank you. Are you going to talk about Fast Track?
I was going to maybe see if I could have Ray from, yay, on the spot. because they know I like this program, so let's let you.
I was just going to hand it off to you. But hi, good morning, everyone. Ray Villegas with LEAD. So obviously you're engaged in 1 million cups. Thank you all for being a part of this. And LEAD was charged with bringing 1 million cups to Lake County a few years ago. 1 million cups is a part of the Kauffman Foundation, which many of you have heard before. That's the largest entrepreneurial support foundation in the country. And so 1 million cups is kind of the standard bearer for creating a hub and a place for entrepreneurs to gather every week. And it's found in over 100 cities and communities around the country. Fast Track is kind of an offshoot of that, where again, it's no barriers, no costs. It's a 10-week course, 2 hours every week. A few of you were there yesterday. And it brings across the major components of going from an idea on a cocktail napkin that you wrote after 3 drinks last night to a business plan. And so it goes through all the components to lead you there. Obviously, 2 hours every week is not going to kind of cover every topic that we have. So there is an online resource through the Kauffman Foundation. That's fasttrack.org. And you actually are able to develop your own profile once you get access to it, and it has just an amazing amount of resources. I was so happy, again, Jose, who had to leave from the SPDC, he's he's been with the SPDC for years, top-notch business coaching experience, and even he said when we first brought Fast Track to Lake County, he went through the program himself, and he said he's even developed kind of talking points and ways to help his clients. And so it is just a great resource for you. Really suggest you guys getting involved with it, because it'll bring you through all the components, and you'll be able to eventually, and again, there's a lot of stuff on there, video, resources, all that stuff, and it's not something you do all at one sitting. So just take a little bit at a time, and if you're serious about your business idea or your current business to kind of develop a business plan, very suggest to get involved with that. So thank you for that. Thank you guys for being involved with us, and back to you at the station.
Thank you so much, Ray. And Ray, all you have to do is invest time in this. You don't need any money.
No money.
This is investing your time. Yep. Got it.
It's pretty much any question you might have about small business, startup, or operating, it's going to get answered either in one of these classes or through that database that you have access to.
Are you teaching one of the classes, because you are a teacher, remember?
I am not teaching. I am the student before I become the teacher.
Yes, my Padawan.
So this is definitely one of the important kind of things about The View. We appreciate The View and all that they do, but if you could just clean up after yourselves. I did want to introduce, if Brooke is back. Brooke. I'm going to have, it's our hostess, Brooke. It's her birthday. Brooke, can I have you? Yes. This is the lady that shows up every morning and gets that wonderful coffee going and warms up all of our scones and our breakfast. And I just wanted to take a moment to bring her up and thank her, because today is her birthday. She is our birthday queen, and she will be presenting at some point as well, because she has an entrepreneurial heart. So the fact that she drew the short straw and has to get up earlier than everyone else at this place and serve us in the morning, she has been gracious and wonderful to do it. So we are so lucky to have you taking care of us.
Thank you. My
happy
pleasure.
birthday.
Thank
Happy
you.
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Brooke. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brooke. We're grateful to have you.
So clean up after yourself.
Yeah, clean up for Brooke.
Don't leave any of them today.
Yes.
Oh,
And-
it's group picture time?
Yes, let's do that.
All right, let's do group picture time. So we need one finger, this finger. Yeah, not the middle finger. And we're gonna look over
Not that
there.
kind of thing. No yawning in the pictures. It's past. All right, everybody say Lake County. Lake County. 1 million cups. All right, everybody. Have a fantastic Wednesday. Thank you for coming. See you next week.
Yes. Hi. I love your necklace.
Hey,
Microphone.